Hey, what's up, you guys?
Okay. Alright. Action.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Jerry here from ArtsyJunkie, and I'm finally here in my sit-down session with Kenneth Callier. We're here in Brooklyn, and I just want to thank you for coming out, chatting with me and my junkies. I want to get to know you a little better. And yeah, so where are you from?
I'm from Long Island, New York, born and raised.
When did your love for music begin?
Probably early onset as a kid, because I remember growing up listening to like Scott Heron and like Billie Holiday records, because my mom and dad love music.
Yeah.
Like, we still have a record player for you, so.
What was your first rap like growing up?
My first rap actually wasn't a rap. It was a poem, because I was like trying to impress this girl. So I was like trying to make words rhyme and stuff. It was actually really bad. I don't remember, but I know it was bad though, because she didn't like me after it. So.
Who were your influence growing up, and at what age did you know that this was it for you?
Duke Ellington was my first probably influence. Like I used to like love trying to play his music.
Yeah.
Before I knew how to read music, I would like listen and like try to play like all the songs on the piano after Duke. I would probably say Stevie Wonder also for the piano. Then when I started listening to rap music, definitely like Run DMC, and then it jumped to Kanye. I was only producing for other artists, so my music kind of sounded like classical, but I always wanted to sound like Kanye, so it started taking like a soulful sample kind of road.
Okay.
And now my music is kind of like classical infused with samples. So.
I know you mentioned Kanye, but is there anyone else that you would want to collaborate with, like other than him?
Outside of Kanye, I would say like maybe Tyler the Creator or Frank Ocean.
Oh.
Because he's an amazing artist, like it's crazy.
What's the message that you're trying to send, what you're trying to put out there?
Well, truthfully, when it comes to like feelings and listening to music, that's why I focus so much on my production, because I am a firm believer that certain instruments with certain notes and certain tones played the right way can actually make a person feel something. So
you're allowing your listeners to go through this experience with you because your words basically are painting that picture with them.
That kind of goes hand in hand with like my writing process. So I don't write my lyrics down because I don't really have time to. So like I'll be in like a situation or an experience and something will come to mind, and then I'll start putting words together and then lines together, and then I'll put songs together, and then I'm thinking about how it's going to sound over this and over that, over this piano, this drum, stuff like that. So it is directly related to my life, I guess. One
of your songs in your album was Tie-Dye Shirts. How did you even come to name that song?
Honestly, I had on a tie-dye shirt.
Oh.
It's exactly how I felt, or something that's directly related to that moment.
Right.
Unless it's something like Monday Morning or Perspective, where it's like super introspective, but I had on a tie-dye shirt.
I was listening to your album with my friends, and they literally, like, we were going back and forth off your songs and stuff, and I was like, what do you think he's gonna say to why this song is named this? And they were like, I had on a tie-dye shirt, and you literally just said that. So you confirmed, like said, like a tie-dye shirt, the only thing we ever mixed were opinions and hurt.
Well,
is that the right line? No.
I mean, the lines are mumbled like that on purpose, kind of like winded. I don't really have choruses, so when I do have a chorus, it's very indirect with the words. So the real lyrics are like a tie-dye shirt. The only thing we ever mixed were opinions that hurt.
I don't even know why I thought pennies and hurt, because literally I was like,
Well, what it really means is, like, okay, so you have relationships, right?
Yeah.
You have views, you have contrasting views, you have arguments. Sometimes arguments form from things that don't go together. Like a tie-dye shirt, none of the colors are supposed to go together. So that's kind of where it came from.
You said, and no, orange is not the new black. Black is the new black, like black is the old black. It ain't never half black, it's always the whole black. The same black Americans been trying to hold back. We ain't even gonna get into all that. That, I swear, tell me about that moment in general.
Okay, so on the album, I don't really get so deep into like the social stuff, because everybody has an opinion, and like I said, we ain't really gonna get into all that because niggas ain't trying to listen unless you're smuggling crack. Right. So I don't really diverge into like stuff like that on the album, but I did want to touch on it quick because there was a lot going on. Like at the time, I think the Mike Brown verdict was going on. You had the Ferguson thing going on. It was just a lot of stuff going on. So I kind of wanted to relate it to the Orange is the New Black thing, because I was scrolling on my timeline on Instagram, and while all that was going on, all anybody cared about was Orange is the New Black. So I was like, Orange is not the new black, black is the new black. It's actually still cool to care about shit.
Tell me a little bit behind that song, like how, what was the creative process,
I mean, I kind of tried to put myself in that perspective. That was like the whole purpose of the title of the song.
Yeah.
To show people that I can see things from other people's eyes as well. Because I feel like when you're an artist, relatability is like the most important thing. Because if nobody really can relate to what you're saying, I'm not gonna listen to you.
How was that, you choosing that you didn't want to go to Juilliard or?
Well, I didn't really make that choice. Because once I got like the full scholarship, it was more logical to go to school and get the full scholarship. When my parents didn't really feel like, even my peers didn't really feel like I needed to go to Juilliard.
Right.
So it was cool. I just like kind of sucked it up in that way.
Yeah.
Plus, like going to school for science allowed me to be in my own musical space. I feel like if I would have went to Juilliard, I would have been trying to be what the teachers wanted me to be.
Yeah.
Like I was able to be myself when I was at like Dub State. So
Right.
yeah.
Stage or studio? If you had to choose one, what would it be?
Are we talking about rapping or are we talking about like playing piano? Like
I guess you can say
just
first
regular
let's start off with rapping, stage or studio.
being in the studio is definitely way more emotional, but I feel like I would probably choose the stage because it's more exciting, you know. But if it was like piano, I would probably choose the stage too because I don't really play piano in the studio anyway. Like the only time I play piano is in my living room, or like when I'm trying to vibe out to my own music. So if I'm playing piano, I'm really playing for everyone else anyway. So I would definitely choose the stage.
As far as like upcoming artists and people who are aspiring to be being kind of, I guess, the same industry as you are, like what would you tell other upcoming artists who have that same grind, that same determination as you do? What advice would you give them?
I mean, my biggest advice would be honestly to just never give up. I know it's kind of cliche, but I feel like a lot of times people get distracted, or well, not just never give up, but also remain true to yourself because I've been conflicted before where I almost made certain songs because I felt like I had to make them. You know, like I had a whole album of like regular songs, like regular tracks, and I didn't have any club songs, and I felt like I had to make a club song, but I didn't really want to.
Right.
So I feel like artists should stay true to themselves because the fans who appreciate you appreciate those things.
Right. What are you doing next? Do you have any upcoming performances, any new projects that you're working on? I know you have your album now, Carvings in the Wood, everybody, but is there anything else that you're working on? Like what's your next thing what's your focus?
Well, the focus right now is the last single. I released 3 singles and I wasn't supposed to have another one, but one of the bonus tracks off the deluxe edition, I wanted to be a single because I really like the song. So because it's my album, I'm doing that.
Right.
So that's gonna come out probably, if not next week, the week after. It's called Low Air. I'm also working on my next album too. That will probably release toward the end of the year, if not the beginning of the year. But the singles will definitely start coming out soon.
Well, that pretty much wraps up our interview. I want to thank you for chatting with ArtsyJunkie, letting us get to know a little more about you. I know you mentioned that you have your album out, Carvings in the Wood, now, and you can get it on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and Google Play.
Yes.
Google Play. And you can get it on iTunes. How much is it on iTunes exactly?
$9.99.
Only $9.99, guys. You can get it for $9.99 on iTunes. Definitely get that album. It's called Carvings in the Wood. I want to just close the interview with asking you, is there any particular verse or, that comes from a particular song that you feel like your viewers just have to listen to?
Yeah, the song is called Carvings. It's on the deluxe edition. I feel like this song kind of encompasses the entire album. That's why I kind of named it after the title of the album.
Right.
So definitely Carvings.
Okay, Carvings, you guys. You heard him. Kenneth Callier, thank you so much for coming out with us tonight. And yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Dreams at the store up the street gave me a full scholarship to get a science degree. Like here's some working papers just in case your dreams don't work, and here's some rolling papers just in case the cream don't work. My dreams in the works, and yeah, it's slow, but shit could be worse. I could be sucking up the bosses just to get you that purse. So what's the perk? It's really provision by definition, kind of like